I'm back with another video today. I wanted to show you guys how I do my foundation slash base routine. I do start off the video without like any of my makeup on. I do have rosacea. I am a little bit insecure about it, but it is what it is. I've gotten used to it. But yeah, I just want to show you guys what works for me, what might work for me and might not work for you. But I just want to put everyone on because a lot of people always ask me questions on how I get my face to look so smooth. And I have a really dope secret, kind of secret, not really. But yeah, definitely recommend you guys to try this out. Let me know if you guys like it. I also show how it looks at the end of the video. This is how it ends up looking regardless. This is the exact foundation routine that I used today. So let me know if you guys like it. So to start off, I really recommend shaving your face. And I use one of these little like eyebrow shavers. I got it, I think at like Dollar Tree for like $1, bro. And I literally just pull my skin and then just shave down. Now what I do to make it a little bit smoother is I mix my face wash a little bit with water so it has, you know, something to like slip on. I feel like a lot of people are scared to shave their face because they think like the hair is going to grow back darker or thicker, whatever the case may be. But honestly, it is such a good idea to do because the way your foundation and everything else that you put on top of your face lays is ridiculous. It looks so good. So I definitely recommend it. After I shave my face, I like to apply a little bit of aloe vera gel just because I got rosacea, so that's why my skin is always red, you know what I mean? But yeah, it really helps it, you know, smooth it, cool it down. You can use, you know, things like witch hazel. I don't know how good that is for your face, but I've heard like mixed reviews, but to each their own. I really recommend shaving your face because I swear it changes the game on how, you know, your face looks. Now to prime, I've been using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I got this at Ulta a few months ago. Clearly, I swear by it. The consistency of it is very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I feel like this is definitely a dupe for it. I didn't put any on my forehead just because I already put foundation on my forehead since I did my eyebrows. I can do an eyebrow tutorial if y'all want me to. Let me know. But yeah, this is like really cooling and it's almost kind of like sticky. Like it really grips on to whatever foundation you put on and it makes it last all day. I don't know how good it is for people that have more oily skin. I have oily skin, but I don't mind like a little bit of dewiness. There's girls out there that like, you know, very matte foundations or a matte look, but I'm definitely okay with just having the Power Grip Primer and then any foundation on top of that. So for my foundations, lately I've been doing a combo. Usually I just use this one, the Milani Concealing Perfect. This is in the shade 04. Usually I'm in the shade 01, but I haven't went and bought some. So in order to balance it out to, you know, match my shade, I've been using the Superstay foundation by Maybelline. This is in the shade 128 Warm Nude. And I mix it with this one, obviously the Milani 2-in-1. I just do a little bit of each. I more so like the consistency of the Milani than I do the Superstay. Just because the Superstay is extremely matte. And like I just said, I don't mind, you know, a little bit of dewiness. So I just like to mix it on the back of my hand like this. And I don't know, I like to paint my face. So I'm using a Morphe M224. And I literally just go in and paint all of my face. I don't know, I feel like it's really calming. I feel like you can really get into, you know, the little crevices, you know, just like here in your nose and shit. But yeah, dude. Anyways, let's talk about something. So I just started, what is it called? Picking my classes for my last semester of college. I'm super excited. I was supposed to graduate this May, But unfortunately, my sophomore year, I fell behind. I think, I don't know. Props to people that graduate in 4 years, just because I feel like it's literally such a hard thing to do. I know many, people do things like that, but for me, it was not the moves. For the blender, I'm using this like beauty blender dupe I got from Amazon. It came in like a pack of 20, I believe. I love this one. I feel like it really blends everything in really nice. It's not too hard and it's not too soft, you know what I mean? I do damp it just the tiniest bit. I also recommend avoiding your under eye area, just because when you go to apply any concealer, it can look really cakey, because a lot of people have fine lines under their eyes, and you don't want to like accentuate that if you have an issue with it. So I recommend, putting as little product as you need onto your face. So just avoid that area, because we're going to be covering it with concealer anyways. Now, I like to kind of contour and bronze before I apply any powders, but I also contour and bronze with powders, if that makes sense. That might be a little bit too much for people, but I really like it. I think it looks really nice. Balances out pretty well. So right now what I'm using is the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, and this one is in the shade Honey. I do believe that this one is a tiny bit too dark for my skin tone. However, you can balance it out with like concealer, Now, because I got a bunch of the little beauty blenders, I have a separate one just for the contour, just because I don't like to mix it with my, actual foundation blender. And then you just start blending it out like this, you guys. It blends really effortlessly. I really like it. I don't know if you guys recommend any other ones. I have a bunch of like the LA Girl concealers, and they're pretty good as well. I just feel like this has more of a coverage. Don't mind my hand, dude, because it's literally like my little palette, you know what I mean? Just on my hand. But yeah, just blend it out. You want to do this on the hollows of your cheek and a little bit up. So if you were to like kind of pucker your lips like this, you do it on that line that you see right there. You don't have to do it perfect, because like I said, we're gonna go back in with some bronzing powder and fix it. The reason that I put one under my lip is to give the illusion that you have a bigger bottom lip. I don't know if people care about that too much, but I love some big old lips. I think it looks really cute. And then the reason that I put this on my forehead, I don't necessarily think I have like a huge forehead, but maybe I feel like it could be a little bit smaller, you know what I'm saying? So this also gives the illusion that your forehead is smaller. You want to keep everything in the middle highlighted, because it's what sticks out most in your face. For my under eye concealer, I'm using the same concealer from the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear, but this one is in the shade 330 Ivory. It might be a little bit too light for my skin tone, but honestly, I'm still learning how to like match, but it works for now, so that's all that matters. Like I said earlier, you want to put this in the center of your face, because that's what is most prominent for when you like are just looking at people, taking pictures, whatever the case may be. I don't like to do like the whole V shape. I don't know if you guys have seen it in the past. I just think it's just a little bit too much. You definitely got to experiment with the shape of your face, but this is what works with my face. I do like to go over my eyes as well, just to balance everything out. But this is basically all I do for concealer. And then we're going to go back in and set the bronzer and the concealer, just so nothing is sticky throughout the day, Now, to set my under eyes, I like to use the Makeup Revolution Banana Light Powder, with a microfiber sponge. So it's basically little fibers, obviously, on a sponge. I think it really helps to pick up any product and not make things look cakey. You're just gonna apply it, you know, down here, bitch. Anywhere that we highlighted. I like to do this prior to when I set my bronzer, just because I feel like it blends better if you do this first. But you're welcome to do whatever. So what I use to bronze up my face is this palette by Jolene's Glam Room. It's just her face palette. It's the only face palette she has. I do have a discount code with her if you guys want to get some of her products. She has a lot of dope things. It's not just makeup. She has hats, nose cuffs, everything. But I was grateful enough because she ended up naming this highlighter after me. It's called icyylola. But for right now, we're going to be using this middle shade called Honey. Now, with bronzing, I'm going to tell you guys the difference between bronzer and contour. Bronzers are always going to be more warm tones. You could compare it to like orangey tones. And contours are going to be more cool tones. The contour casts a better shadow. So if you really want extremely defined, you know, cheekbones, or, you know, try to really make an illusion, you're always going to want to use something that is more cool tone rather than warm toned, just because the warm tone, if you go, you know, overboard with it, you're gonna end up looking like a Oompa Loompa. And I don't know how much you guys want to do that, but to each their own. No judgment here. So I was just using a Morphe E4 to apply that. It's just a slanted brush. Now also with bronzer, you know, there's no rules to makeup, but you're allowed to put it, you know, in a bigger area. And the contour, I'll show you guys. I'm gonna use this shade right next to it called Canela. I don't know if you guys can see right there. My palette is kind of dirty, but whatever. You're gonna get the slightest bit, and you can do like the little kissy face again and do it right by your ear like this. That's the only area that you're gonna apply that in. Now when you look ahead, you can see how defined that is. We're gonna do the same on the other side, and then we're gonna clean it up so it looks a little bit more chiseled than what it is right now. Now my go-to favorite blush palette is by BH Cosmetics. A lot of these products that I'm using are extremely affordable. They're from the drugstore. I'm a broke college student, dude. Like, I don't have the funds to be spending that type of money, you know what I mean? So I'm taking the BH Cosmetics Vanilla Cream Truffle palette. As you can see, you can tell my favorite shade, but today I'm gonna go in with this one. It's a little bit more on the bright side, but it is what it is. For the brush, I'm gonna be taking this Morphe M405. Again, it is a more slanted brush. It is pretty freaking dirty, so my bad. You do want to go a little bit light-handed, at least with that color. Now where I like to apply it is going to be higher up on the cheekbones. Most people like to do it on the apples of their cheeks, but you have to figure out your face, figure out what works for you, because what might look good on me might not look good on you. But, you know, it's a learning process. I did not know a lot of this stuff when I first started doing makeup. But yeah, I've been doing makeup since I was about 15. I'm 21 now. And I don't know, I got into makeup just because when I was younger, I already looked like older than I actually was. And so because of that, my mom didn't let me wear makeup because she was like, you know, you already look old, and with makeup you're gonna look even older, and you know how that goes. You don't want your little girl to be looking older than she actually is. So I'm like, I get it, girl. And so what I did was just sit there and watch YouTube videos. I used to watch Makeup Geek. She was like probably the first makeup tutorial that I have ever seen. Yeah, she's definitely an OG. But for my highlighter, I'm going back in with that Jolene Glam Room face palette. And of course, I'm using the shade Icyylola. And so we applied the blush right there. We're literally going to go right on top, maybe like a centimeter or two above that blush, and apply the highlight. Just like this. I do like to take it up on the side of my face, just because when you're like moving your face and stuff, it reflects on the side too. You know what I mean? Now I feel like the camera is making it look a little bit too pigmented, but it looks really, really pretty in person. Now, the one thing I do believe in spending a little bit extra money in is definitely foundation. I like the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. That one's like full coverage. It is pretty matte, but it's really good. Any foundations by NARS are A1. And I also recommend spending some money on setting spray, you guys. There's some really nice drugstore ones, but I found that getting higher end ones are probably my favorite. So today I'm using the Urban Decay All-Nighter spray. And I literally just go in and spray everywhere. Don't be afraid to spray your face, just because you have to keep in mind you're going to be wearing this all day. Or if you're going to go out, you don't want, you know, to look muddy or crazy, you know. So I went ahead and finished my face so you guys can see what it looks like, you know, full glam. That's basically it for my base routine. I really, really enjoy it. It literally lasts me all day. Keep in mind, I do have oily skin, so I use that the Hydro Grip primer. Or no, it is the Power Grip primer by Elf. And it keeps it so the foundation is like, you know, on my face all day, but then it also allows it to be a little bit dewy, which I personally like. If you want like the full matte look, do your thing. You know, everybody has their preferences. You also have to keep in mind that everyone does have texture on their face, so it's not gonna look like you're walking around with the filter, you guys, you know. But I did just want to share what I do on a daily basis, just because a lot of people ask me, like on my videos on TikTok. I do use filters on TikTok. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But aside from that, there's plenty of videos where I don't use any. So I did just want to show you guys the full, like, in-depth routine of what I do. Let me know if you guys try out any products, just because I really, really love them. I think the combos work great together, and all of them are drugstore except the All-Nighter spray, which I really, really recommend. Let me know if you guys have like some pretty dope setting sprays from the drugstore, because I'm really trying to look for those, just because I haven't really found any that I like. The last one that I got from Milani made my face smell like rotten egg, so I don't know about all that, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoy it, and also let me know any other videos that you guys want me to make.